Fala aí pessoal do TecMundo, tudo bem? Guilherme Sarda, mais uma vez aqui na Square Enix Showcase 2016, o evento onde a Square Enix reuniu vários dos desenvolvedores para falar dos jogos que já foram lançados, que estão sendo lançados versões novas, vários dos projetos da Square Enix. E entre eles, nós temos aqui Rise of the Tomb Raider. E a gente vai trocar uma ideia agora com o Mike Prinker, que é lead designer do jogo. So first, Mike, thanks a lot for this interview. What I would like to start asking is that, so Xbox One players already love the game, they played the game, they went through like the whole experience. Now what the PC players can expect?
The PC players can expect the exact wonderful, beautiful content that we have from the original Xbox game that we shipped, as well as a higher graphical fidelity on a PC of their choosing. So really what the great thing about the PC build is that you're experiencing all the same great content that came with Rise of the Tomb Raider, but you're also experiencing it in a high fidelity way. So we're ramping up a lot of different things in there that make the game much more immersive. Like for example, I was telling you earlier, when you get to play and see some of the trees in the game, there are a lot more bendies. You're going to see a lot more of that foliage in the distance moving, so you're going to be feeling much more immersed in that experience. We also kick up texture resolution for 4K gaming. We've got all different types of settings for ambient occlusion and anti-aliasing. So you're going to see this really high-end graphical fidelity for this version, and I think all of our PC gamers are going to really love.
Both of the games, even the first reboot of the Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider on the Xbox One were like technological showcases because we had the hairworks, then we had trace effects. Do you guys have like any project or any technology that is going to be implemented, a new thing? Because you were known for technological breakthroughs on both of the games. So does the PC version has anything like that?
So there is one special feature that we talked about a little bit, and I mentioned it in passing. It's the Ambient Occlusion, HBAO Plus, and that's a new feature for this game and this game only. Really what that's allowing us to do is not only make our lighting engine, which is already really good, it makes it even better. It allows for a much more shadowing in the corners and edges of areas, so all that ambient occlusion that you're having happen is much more cleaned up, and it looks much more detailed, much more real. So what you're really getting is a much better interpretation of the light that's being bounced around in the scene. So HBAO Plus is a really big feature that we're really looking forward to seeing our gamers getting a chance to play with and see.
What you're talking is that you know that the PC is the high end of the master race. They're like the superior race. So they're the master rate of the PC players. So does the PC version means that, and I guess that's it, we have a 4K resolution, it's gonna be like the most, because the game was already poetically beautiful on the Xbox One, so this version is like, it's a huge improvement from the consoles.
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at what the PC gives you, you have the ability to do 4K gaming, and you have all of that which we've optimized for. All of our texture resolutions are all kicking up to 4K, and you're really going to see that in the world, in the rocks and buildings and some of the larger mountains and the escapes, some of the landscapes that you see. I think the other thing that we're really looking at is a lot more of the higher density and triangles and all of the visual mesh that you see. You're going to have much higher fidelity on that because we'll be able to kick up the poly count a lot more. So yeah, I mean, the PC version is great, but I think what's awesome about what we've created is an experience both on the Xbox and on the PC that really players have really loved. I mean, just look at the reviews for even the Xbox stuff. Everyone's loving the game, and the fans and the press alike really enjoy it. So I think people are not only going to have that same great experience on the PC, but they're going to be able to tweak it and tune it and do what they want with it to make that look that much better.
Okay, now let's talk about mythology, because let's talk about Baba Yaga, which is the first DLC coming. What can people expect? You guys already have announced the release date. What can people like? I already finished Rise of the Tomb Raider. What will I be playing?
So what we've gone and done is that we've listened to our fans, right? Our fans want to have some more of that single-player content to play. So the Baba Yaga DLC, as we're calling it, is really a continuation of some of the characters and some of the things that you see within the realm of the regular game, right? The player runs into a faction called the Remnant as they get into the Soviet installation. As players experience that and they have the DLC, they'll be able to go off and experience some of those characters' more personal stories. So let the actual myth and the story around the witch of the Wicked Veil is really about extending that experience that you're having with the Remnant and helping out a young girl who's looking for her grandfather. So I think what's great is that there's a really neat real-world myth that we're playing with there that you can go look up if you want outside of the game, and you'll see some really interesting details and parallels that match. So we'll get to have some of that DLC content that is related to the story. But we're also releasing something called the Endurance Mode, which is a really fantastic way of which we really look at how we want to push Lara in her survival game, And that's a really neat thing because you're able to experience this world where it's not just about having boundaries, it's boundless. You're able to go out and really see how long can you survive in a harsh wasteland that's infinite. So I'm really looking forward to our gamers who really want to get into that. How hard is it to survive? And that's really going to push their skills.
Okay, and people are already experiencing the game on the Xbox One, and now they're getting the PC. And then later the year, the PS4 are gonna join the party. PC players and PS4 players, can they expect anything like if they buy the regular version, they will receive the DLC together? Is there, or would there be like special discounts for that kind of stuff, or be just like the regular launch, just like it was during the Xbox, but the difference is that the content will be already available?
So I really can't say much about the PS4 launch right now, but I can tell you about the PC one. So all of the same content that's available on the Xbox One will be available on day one for the PC launch. So the DLC will come out on the 26th, and then on the 28th we'll have the PC launch, and then all of that DLC will be available to you.
Rise of the Tomb Raider didn't include like any of multiplayer functions. Are you guys working on that? Is there a plan for that? Or are you guys going straight for to maintain the quality of the single player campaign?
So we're really focused on the world of Lara Croft and her adventures, and we really want to support that. So a lot of our DLC is focusing on those aspects of the game.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Mike. Have a great launch on PC.
Thank you.
E foi isso aí, pessoal. Essa é o Rise of the Tomb Raider pro PC, pra galera da Master Race jogar em 4K, o bagulho totalmente Shunai. Valeu.